Hi, everyone. It's Janine. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, as usual, I'm the only one in here, but that's cool. Um, I have got to start informing people more when I'm going to be on the air because I haven't really been doing that lately. I usually send out text messages and put it on my other platforms when I'm going to do a live. But I don't know. I just haven't been doing that lately, and that's something I need to get back to doing. Get my music going. Maybe you guys like this. Boom, boom. Okay, so let me turn my music off. So tonight I am going to talk about embracing your age. Now, in this culture in the West, they when I say they, the public in general looks down on aging. But the thing is, as soon as you come out of your mother's womb, you're aging. You're aging every year. So I don't know what the big to do is about aging. And the fact that I'm still here and a lot of people that I know are not here makes me be like, that's great. I'm glad to still be here. I'm glad to still be walking around because you never know when your last day is going to be. I know people who didn't even reach the age of 25, they're no longer here. I know people who, crossed over, as people say, when they were like, had a friend, a childhood friend. I think he might have been 9 years old. So people getting all up in arms about getting old. Getting old is a privilege. It really is. And I don't really care about things as much as I used to. When I was younger, I say in my 20s and 30s, even younger than that, when I was in college. Oh my God. I used to be so upset when people didn't like me. I used to just cry. Like, oh, why don't they like me? I can't believe they don't like me. And a lot of the people who didn't like me went to this particular school in Dallas called Carter High School. That's where all the rich kids went. And I didn't know anything about Dallas I was talking about shopping at Bloomies, which is Bloomingdale's. I didn't know anything about Dallas because I grew up on an army base. Okay, so I didn't know anything about high schools in Dallas or shopping at Bloomingdale's or anything like that. So I got made fun of a lot when I was in college because I didn't know, about luxury brands, which sounds really stupid now, but I didn't know about luxury brands. And the people that I hung around with, they were in fraternities. They were all in fraternities and sororities, and I used to get picked on quite a bit because I didn't know about luxury brands, and I didn't know about shopping at Bloomies and all these other high price stores. So I got picked on quite a bit. And I used to just, oh my God. And it's now that I look back, none of that stuff mattered, buying luxury brands. I know people are still really caught up on that. I gotta have my Gucci, I gotta have my Versace. Oh, hi, living life by design. Hey, how you doing? We're the only ones in here. So, people still get caught up on buying luxury brands, and that's okay. If that's your thing, you got to have luxury brands to feel important. That's fine, but I don't feel that I need all those things are not that's not what's going to make me happy. My relationships with other people, particularly my family, is what makes me happy. When you get older, at least for me, all that stuff, I gotta drive a Lexus. I gotta live in this particular neighborhood in a gated community off the golf course, or I gotta have this type of job. All that stuff, it just doesn't matter to me anymore. And another thing about aging is I feel like because I have been around as much as I have been, I'm 59 years old. Yeah. 59. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Because of my age, uh, I feel that I'm a wiser person. So, because I can sit and meet a new person and I talk a little bit, but I listen more. I listen to what they're saying a little bit more. Yes, yes, living by design. I listen to what they say because when I was younger, I would be so busy just talking, and not really taking in what the other person is saying. A person will show you who they are. And when they show you who they are, believe it. Don't make up excuses for them. Listen to what they're saying and they will show you who they are. Okay. If because I hate to give this example because it's a cousin of mine, but oh well. So one of my cousins, my my parents uh had another house. Okay. They had two houses at one time, and they were letting one of my cousins rent the other house. And so she was like, well, I already knew she was scandalous. I already knew from listening to her previously. I already knew that she was a gold digger for one, because she was always talking about trying to find somebody to sponsor her. I need a sponsor. So she was all trying to talk about somebody sponsoring her. And then so my parents were renting their other house to her. And so she was trying to get my parents to say that she was uh paying a higher amount of rent than what she really was, okay? So she can get food stamps. And I was just like, that's not going to happen. You're not going to take advantage of my parents who basically, actually, she wasn't paying rent. They let her live rent free. And so she's trying to say that, she was paying rent and and at a high rate so she can get free food stamps. So I was like, no, that is not going to happen. And I told my parents, you are not going to say that she's paying rent when she isn't, because the government is going to come after you guys for fraud. And so my cousin was like really mad at me because I wouldn't let her rip my parents off. Like that is not happening. But I already knew what my cousin was like because I would listen to her conversations. I would listen to her and I knew that my cousin was up to no good. So when you meet somebody, yeah, you can talk. I'm not saying don't talk. Don't be antisocial. But listen, this is for young people because young people are quick to, oh, this person is my friend, and they're really not your friend. Okay. They are there to some people, not all people. Some people are there to scam you. Okay. You got to really listen to what people are saying to you. Really take it in and figure out who they are because they'll tell you. They'll tell you who they are. They will. So, and then I don't really when somebody is rude to me and they're repeatedly rude to me, I don't seek them out. I maybe when I was younger, I would seek them out because I used to try to get people to like me. I couldn't stand that somebody didn't like me. Well, it's not for everybody to like you. If everybody likes you, you're not doing something right. You're not doing something right. And some of the people who didn't like me were family members, and still are family members, you know. And when I started my YouTube channel, one of my cousins said, "Ah, You getting a YouTube channel. Isn't that cute? She got herself a little YouTube channel. She got herself a little YouTube channel, and she need to you need to not, y'all trying to be on YouTube. You need to get yourself a job. That's what you need to do. Okay, first of all, you know, stay out my business. The fact that I don't have a job is between me and my husband. That's you ain't got nothing to do with that. Stay out my business. And you're just a hater because you have to work full time and I don't. Okay. I chose wisely. I chose a really good man. I have a really good husband. But I was working. I was a reporter for a long time. I was a news reporter and I had to quit that job and for health reasons because my husband was sick. But she didn't know that. But ain't that's okay. But that's why I quit being a reporter because my husband was sick. He had cancer. But anyways, and I haven't gone back to work. I went back briefly for a little while. I worked at a gym and that did not work out, and that's fine. It didn't work out. I tried, and then COVID happened. So when COVID happened, I was like, right. So when COVID hit, because I get ready to go, I was applying to be a assistant magazine editor, and then also I was applying for a local newspaper where I am, and I was going to go back to being a full time reporter or a magazine editor, and then COVID hit, and then I was like, it's not worth me being out here with all this COVID, and I have elderly parents, so I did not want to, and still don't want to pass COVID on to my parents. They're in their 80s, and I don't want to catch that again because I had it last Christmas, the day after Christmas. We gathered at my sister's house, and I think because we had some people outside the family come, so and because everybody else we knew that wasn't sick, but we had some other people that usually didn't join us for the holidays join us, and I believe they were the ones who brought COVID into the family. But anyways, um, so as a so in summing it up, for me as an older person, I don't care about things. I don't care. Hey Key, hey Miss Key, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, so in summing it up, as an older person, as a woman who's 59 is gonna be 60, I don't care about having a luxury car. I used to. I don't care about having a luxury car. I don't care about living in a quote unquote upper middle class neighborhood behind a gated community with a golf course. I don't care about that. I'm not saying I don't want to live in a nice home. I'm not saying that. Okay, because nobody wants to live somewhere where you gotta have your head on a swivel. That's not what I'm saying. At this age, at 59, a little townhome, two-bedroom, two-bath townhome will do me just fine. Right now, I'm living in we're living in a three-bedroom rental. We had a home that we sold, but anyways, I don't know when we're gonna get another house. I don't know when we're gonna start looking again. I don't know, but I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. Okay, because these home prices are extremely high here because a lot of people from out of state moved to Texas and they had cash. They moved here from California and so their homes for $1 million plus. And so they're paying homes with cash, which is driving up the cost of housing here. So, at 59, I don't want to be paying 500,000 for a house or 550. I just don't. Like I said, two-bedroom, two bath would do me just fine. I'm cool with that in a nice neighborhood, but it don't have to be uh, in a gated community off the golf course with a swimming pool. It don't have to be all that. I don't care. My and as an older woman, I care more about my family. I care more about spending time uh, with my sister and her family, her two children who are now grown. I helped raise them because my sister had cancer. So she almost died twice. She had cancer, and then the cancer messed up her heart, and she had to have a heart transplant. So family, God first, and then my family. Okay, that's second. That is what I care about. I care about my family, and I care about spending quality time with the people that I love and that love me back. So many people out there don't have family. So I feel very fortunate to have family. And I try to look out for my parents. My parents are 83 years old. So that's what I care about. That's what aging is. And also, as long as I'm in shape, because somebody told me the other day, you don't look that old. Okay, so what does 59 look like? At 59, am I supposed to be all hunched over? You know, if you are if you take care of yourself, if you don't drink, I'm not against people drinking, okay? I'm not saying that because people get it twisted. I'm not against people drinking. I don't drink alcohol. I may drink alcohol maybe once or twice a year. I'll have it. I have like one little small glass of wine or champagne uh during the holidays, like Christmas, New Year's, and on my birthday and on my I didn't even have wine for my husband's birthday. His birthday was last night. We didn't have any drinks. But I mean, if you drink, I'm not shaming anybody. If you drink, I'm not shaming you. I'm just talking about me in particular, okay? I don't drink. I don't smoke. And I definitely don't smoke. I don't, you know what I'm talking about. I don't do that either. Okay? So, and I eat right. I make sure I eat a lot of salad. I don't eat too much fried foods. That's a rarity for me to eat fried foods. I just don't because my stomach does not agree with it. I don't eat pork. I don't eat beef. I eat chicken, and most of the time that chicken is grilled or baked. I'll eat tilapia, and I eat salmon, and I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and some grains. And when I mean grains, I'll eat brown rice. Very rarely will I eat white rice. And then if I eat white rice, it's steamed. It's not fried. And I'll eat oatmeal. So that's pretty much how. And I walk. I walk all the time. I'm a walker, and I was swimming, but since it's gotten colder, I don't really swim. And I think also I have good genes. My grandmother was 102 years old when she died. And when my grandmother was 80, she was teaching aerobics. So, that being said, if you treat your body right, your body will treat you right. You are what you eat. If you're taking a lot of junk, if you constantly are eating sweets, I'm not knocking you. Again, I'm just talking about for me. I'm not knocking anybody on here. You live your life the way you want to live your life. More power to you. But if you are eating constantly drinking soda, if you are constantly eating processed foods that come out the box, foods that come out of boxes have a high salt content. I am the same, sis. No beef, pork. I eat chicken, fish, fruits, and veggies. Oh, you're turning 61. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, you're turning 61. Girl, you are beautiful. And Miss Key, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. I follow Miss Key all the time. Miss Key, Living Life by Design. Go to Miss Key's channel and check her out. She has a wonderful channel. But yay, 61. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yay, get it. Get it, girl. Whoop, whoop. Uh Miss Key, I love you. I love me some Miss Key. I love her. I love Miss Key, and I love living by Life by Design. I love her. You guys please connect. Uh I follow both of you guys. I love you. You guys, I love you. Um anyways, what was I talking about? I got off subject. But yeah, just take care of your body. Take care of your body. I mean, if you don't walk outside while you are while you are watching TV, you can walk in place because that's what I do. I'm up here watching Lopez versus Lopez on Netflix. If you haven't watched Lopez versus Lopez on Netflix, that is such a good show. It's George Lopez and his daughter. I love that show. But I watch Netflix and I walk in place, or I'll walk upstairs because I live in a two-story. So I'll walk upstairs. Walking upstairs will give you some exercise. And then when I go grocery shopping, I park further back and then I'll walk up to the store. I don't park right in the front. I park further back. I've been doing that for a while to get all my steps in. I park way in the back and then I walk all the way up. And then I always try to go to a larger grocery store. So it's going to make me walk when I'm in the grocery store. I'm a walking queen. You know, dancing queen. I'm a walking queen. But anyways, that's really all I have to say. So aging is not it's not a bad thing. Like we say, like people come to believe in this country. Aging will give you wisdom. And then there's stuff that you know that you don't even know that you know. Another you just like, what were you talking about? Sometimes and I'm talking to a younger person and I would tell them something, you know, and I was like, oh, where did that come from? It comes from experience. Comes from experience. Because I'm surrounded by my niece and nephew and some of their friends. And sometimes I just have to pull them over to the side and say a little something, something. You know that don't make any sense. And I tell them why. I tell them why it don't make it, I tell them why that doesn't make any sense. So so that's really it. So aging, it can be a hard experience if you don't take care of yourself. If you're out there up in the club every night, you might have a hard time. If you're up in the club every night, if you're up there twerking every night, up in the club, you might have a hard time. You may. I'm not saying you shouldn't go out to the nightclub, but I'm saying if you're up in the club every night, you might have a hard time. You up there dropping it like it's hot. I don't even know if they say that anymore. But if you're up there in the club dropping it and drinking every night, and when I say drinking, I'm not just talking about wine. If you up there drinking Cavassier, or some Mad Dog or whatever, you may have a hard time if you drink it. The first thing you do when you get home from work, is have a drink, and I'm not even talking about wine. I'm talking about that brown liquor. If you're drinking liquor when first thing you come home, I gotta unwind. You get yourself some liquor, and one of them funny cigarettes. That's all I'm gonna say. If you sitting there drinking that with a funny cigarette, first thing you get home from work, yeah, you're gonna have a hard time aging. It's gonna be rough for you. I have a see here I go talk about my family again. Here I go talking about my family. I'm not okay. I have an aunt who was drinking all the time. When she woke up in the morning, she was putting liquor in her coffee. Okay. She was putting liquor in her coffee and smoking them funny cigarettes. And she's had several strokes. Several strokes. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want my family seeing. Well, my family may watch it. Why she gotta talk about that? Because I'm telling the truth. I'm being transparent. And so she was smoking them funny cigarettes and pouring liquor in her coffee every morning. She's had several strokes. She stroked several, probably about and been in and out of rehab. Trying to. When I say rehab, I'm talking about physical therapy. Uh, because she was doing too much. She's doing too much. I know I don't want to be like that. So I don't do those things because I'm not trying to live like that. I'm not trying to live hard. I'm trying to have what they call see soft life is different to different people. So when I say soft life, I don't mean uh um I'm buying Gucci every day. When I say soft life, I mean I'm having uh I'm having joy in my life. I'm having abundance in my life. I'm having health in my life. That's what I mean by soft life. But soft life means different things to different people. That's my definition of soft life. I'm not, I'm not having too many health problems. Now, when you get over, you do have health problems, but they don't have to like be up on you all of a sudden because I have high blood pressure, but I believe my high blood pressure is caused by stress. I don't believe that it is caused by anything else but stress, but I'm working on my stress. And another thing, especially for Black women, we were always taught that, at least I was, okay, maybe you weren't, but as an older Black woman, I always was taught that therapy is for white folks. And I'm not saying that as a joke. Uh, that's what I was taught. You get your therapy by going to church, but going to actually talk about your problems or issues with a therapist for white folks. I started seeing a therapist back in 2020 when COVID hit because I was just some people get COPD. That's correct, Key Kitchen. Some people do get COPD. But going back to, you got to take care of your mental health too, because they all come together. Your mental and physical health come together. So, uh, yes, soft life to me is a life of peace. Exactly, exactly. But you also got to take care of your mental health. Uh, I'm not saying everybody in the Black community, but when I was coming up, Black people didn't go see therapists. Why are you wasting your money? You must think you're white. You must think you're white going to see a therapist. These are the words that I heard whenever a Black person said or was talking about seeing a therapist. Oh, that's for white folks. No, it is not for white folks. Going to therapy is for everybody. You can go to a therapist for free now. They have a lot of free if the information's out there. Like people would get on Google, to Google where the party at, but you won't get on Google to find yourself a therapist. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But therapy is for everybody. Don't believe it when somebody tells you therapy is just for white folks. That's some bull crap. Don't listen to them because therapy is helping me because I do have a lot of stress in my life. I have stress from my parents. Like I said, my parents are 83, and that is stressful because I'm traveling a lot to check on them. I'm always checking on them. Because people just say, what are you so stressed out about? You don't have a job. I have a job. I'm constantly checking on my parents. My mother failed twice. So I'm constantly checking on my parents. That's my job. Checking on my parents is a job. Parents, older, elderly parents is a job, especially when they're hard headed and they don't want to listen to you. When you're trying to help them and they don't want to listen to you, when they don't want to take their medication, because one of their friends told them, don't take your medication. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. One of my dad's friend is telling him, don't take your medicine because this happened to him and this didn't happen to him. This happened to me. But so that's my parents are my job. Okay. That is my job. Checking on my parents. I'm constantly driving a lot. I drive a lot to check on my parents. So, but that's a con. That's a con of growing older because you're old, and if you're lucky enough that your parents are still alive, guess what? They're old. They're even older. So you're somebody in their 50s, sometimes 40s, 50s, 60s. And if your parents are still alive, they're in their 80s or older. And so if okay, I was brought up to watch out for elders. That's how I was brought up. Everybody's not out brought up like that. I was brought up to watch over and check on my elders. So I spent a lot of time driving to check on my parents, and I spent a lot of time at my parents' house. My parents have a ridiculous house. It's way too big for them. We're trying to get them to get out of that house. That's the process that we're doing right now. Is trying to get my parents to move out of that house and get something smaller because it don't make any sense. Two little old people in a 4-bedroom home. That makes no sense at all. So we're trying to get them out of there. But so that is a con. Yeah, pros and cons. That is a con. For me, trying to see and take care of my parents, trying to make sure they're doing what they should be doing. But when I try to get them to do what they should do, because they are my parents and I respect their position, but they're like, their brains still function pretty well. But oh, you don't tell me what to do because I'm the parent. But you're not taking your medicine because somebody told you. One of your friends told you, "Oh, this medicine makes me dizzy. Oh, don't take this and that." So I'm constantly trying to make them do what they should do. So that's an issue. That's a con. That's a con of being older. If your parents do, I'm not saying I don't want my parents here. Don't get it twisted. I love my parents, but trying to make them do what they're supposed to do is a con. Trying to get them to take their medicine when they're supposed to is a con. Trying to get them to get hearing aids. My mother finally got hearing aids because I had to stay on her to get those hearing aids. She finally got them. So that's to trying to get them to act right and do what they're supposed to do. Whew, is stressful. And that's why I started going to therapy in 2020 because I was overwhelmed. It was just too much. So therapy is a good thing if you find the right therapist. My therapist is an older black lady. She uh came out of retirement. She had retired and came out of retirement in 2020 because you know what happened. none of us expected that to happen. She came out of retirement because what was going on at the in 2020. So don't let anybody tell you therapy is for white people. Don't you listen to them. If you need some help, you better go get yourself some help. Don't listen to that because that's a bunch of crap. I'm not saying church isn't good. Church is good. I've been going to church on TV, tell the truth. Because I like sitting at home in my pajamas. I'm in my pajamas now. Look, whoo, stomach. I'm in my pajamas now. So, anyways, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm rambling. And I just want to thank Key Kitchen for joining me and Living Life by Design. And I'm so glad that you guys are hooking up. I love to see I love to see people when they come in my chat. I love to see you guys get together. That to me, bringing other creators together is a wonderful thing. We need to support each other. And I'm so happy that you guys are connecting. And then also, I don't know, I'm sure you guys know, um, I'm in a beauty competition called Fab Over 40. And oh, she said amazing. Thank you, Miss Key. Thank you, Living by Design. Great topic. Thank you so much. I'm in a beauty competition called Fab Over 40. And Fab Over 40 is just what it says. It's for women over the age of 40. I think you guys already know this, but there are 3 more rounds before they announce who the winner is. They announce who the winner is December 22nd. So I please continue to vote for me. You can vote every day for free. So please continue to vote for me. I got the link in my community tab. I got the link up there in my community tab because I want to win this thing. I need to win. And I know some people say, "Oh, it's just a beauty contest. It's not a big deal." But it's so much more than that because on the weekends and all throughout the week, they send like encouraging messages about women starting their own businesses, uh, women where they, because in their 40s and up, sending really positive messages about where women over 40 are in their life, and it's a very positive experience. So I really hope that you guys continue to vote for me and pass on the link to people that you know, because I really want to win. Okay, I voted for you and sent you a message. I didn't know we could vote every day. Yes, yes, my dear, you can vote every day. And I really, when I say I want to win, I have never wanted to win something like this before. I've never been in a beauty contest before. Because quite frankly, I didn't think, oh my gosh, now I'm admitting something. I'm getting ready to start crying. Hold on. I'm tearing up. Um, when I was younger, my sister was a model. My sister was a fashion model. She was a runway model. And my sister is quite beautiful. And it was never a jealousy thing because I always looked up to my sister. I still look up to my sister. But my sister was the pretty one. And she still is. She still is quite beautiful. And I never felt I never felt that I was as pretty or even halfway measured up to my sister. And I see this is revelation. See, y'all got me. I'm up here. Ooh, oh my God. I'm up here crying. Cause see, this is a breakthrough moment for me. I never felt that I was as pretty as my sister. I knew I looked okay. I just thought I was okay looking. And it wasn't even about looks. Uh, 'Cause my sister, I mean, my sister is amazing. And I never felt that I was half as amazing as my sister is. And I love my sister to death. I love her, but I just always felt that I was in her shadow because she casts a big she my sister shines. She shines. My sister, she shines. She shines like the stars to me. And I always thought if I could be mm, mm, mm. Whew. Oh my God. If I could be if half as beautiful as my sister, and or even half, because my sister, I started singing. Cause you know the younger one follows the older one, okay? Cause the younger one always wants to be like the older one, okay? Uh my sister, she acted, and then I started acting. She was in the choir, and then I started being in the choir. And but I still sing. I sing classical music. And I still act. I was a theater major in college, and then I switched from no, I was a music major first in college. Then I switched to acting because when I was a music major, we weren't allowed to sing anything but classical. But anyways, I digress. Uh See, Karen, my cousin's in here. Karen knows. Because when we would go home for St. Louis, my sister and I would walk in and they'd be like, "Oh, there's Veronica. She's our Tyra Banks." And I would be standing there like, okay, my sister Tyra Banks, what am I? If she's Tyra Banks, what am I? So they say, "Oh, we got our own Tyra Banks." And I'm like, okay, my sister Tyra Banks. Well, what am I? What am I? I'm standing over here and everybody would greet her first. And then it'd be like, okay, there's Jeannie. That's my nickname, Jeannie. They were like, okay, there's Jeannie. Okay, hi, Jeannie. But it'd be like, oh, Tyra Banks is here. And then I would just be standing over there like, okay. I would just be standing there. Tyra Banks is in the room. There are our own Tyra Banks is in the room, and then I'm just standing over here. That happened a lot growing up because, like I said, my sister is very tall and statuesque, and her eyes change. Sometimes they're green, sometimes they brown, and she's very tall. And when she walks into a room, she commands people just, you know, she walks in. I'm usually standing off to the side. She walks in, and people are like, oh, because she's stunning. She is. My sister's stunning. And I never felt as half as stunning as she is. I never felt that. But um, as I grew older, I finally figured out that I have my own talents. I can sing. I can't sing, but I can sing. I sing classical music, and I'm a pretty good writer. I'm a good writer. I have 2 books that I'm trying to publish. I didn't mean to break girl. I didn't mean to cry like that. Oh my God. I don't like crying. I don't like crying like that on air. But going back to Fab Over 40, I think that's why it's so important to me It's to prove to myself, not to other people, because it's to prove to myself that I am beautiful, and also not just that, but my words matter because words do matter. I remember uh being called ugly high yellow girl. Yeah, by one of my relatives, several of my relatives. Ugly high yellow girl. But that was a long time ago. So you need to watch people on here. Watch how you talk to young people. Watch how you talk to them. Lift young people up. Don't tear them down. Because I had that a lot growing up, getting torn down a lot. And it affected my self-esteem. And it took me a long time to build myself up because I internalized, and it's not none of that stuff was true. That's all that didn't have anything to do with me. It had something to do with that with those individuals in my family that felt like the need to tear me down. That's them. It had nothing to do with me. But as a young person, I didn't know that. And I took all that stuff in and I internalized all of that. But that's why Fab Over 40 is so important to me because it helps me to know, and I already know in my mind, but it helps me to know that I am I'm beautiful. We all of us are beautiful. We are, especially us as Black women. Oh my God. We are so amazing. Black women are the most copied women. They copy us. They copy our how we look. They copy our style. You know, everybody's out here trying to have a big behind now. Who do you think the big behind came from? That big behind came from us. All that booty came from Black women. People up here getting implants into their butts, into their behinds, so they can have a behind like a Black woman. Black women are, we are all of that. We are all of that. We are so beautiful. And we need to own our beauty. We come in so many different shades. We come in jet black to cocoa to even a lighter shade and all the shades in between. We are beautiful. We are Black women. If you know that you are beautiful, because we are, our lips are beautiful. People are getting lip injections to have lips like us. Look at our noses. We are beautiful. If you don't take anything away from this, take away that you're beautiful. Take away that we are intelligent. Half of these inventions out here came from Black women. Carl waiting came from Black women. How they got to the moon, Black women. Black mathematicians, Black women mathematicians help man land on the moon, and so much more. Take that. If you don't take anything else away from this, take away that we are the, you know what? We are it. So with that, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the air because I've been on here for a while talking. And I just want you guys to know I just want you guys to know that I appreciate you. I love you. And you guys, you too are individual, uniquely you. Yes, living by a life by design. I just want to let y'all know. See, y'all got me preaching up in here. Y'all got me preaching up in here. Okay? Y'all got me preaching up in here. But that's how I do it. That's not how I, but that's how I do it. No, I'm going to say that's how I do it. And I just want y'all to have a wonderful night. And remember, I appreciate all of you guys. I may not say it all the time, but I appreciate you. God bless you. Have a wonderful morning, day, night, wherever you are. And know that God, the Lord above, loves you. Peace. Vote for me. Share it out. Love you. Bye-bye.